there's thunder, there's lightning. John Nada. Many of you are by now aware of the passing of our dear brother, Vention MGTOW. Vention was one of the first channels that I ever stumbled upon in my early beginnings into MGTOW. And Vention had kind of a big brother feel to him. He just seemed like that older, wiser, knowing big brother looking out for his little brother and the ones he cared about. And he always said, don't get married. And I think that came from a real place of care that he seemed to have for people. One of the unique things about Vention's channel was that he talked about a lot of things. It wasn't just marriage, it wasn't just relationships and dating, but he talked a lot about mechanics, permaculture, and cryptocurrency, as well as some prepper topics. And that was one of the things that I think he did unique with his channel, because he was able to take MGTOW from just being about dating and marriage and relationships and form it into a more broad worldview of what it really means to go your own way, not just in not getting married and not having kids or cohabitating, but also in the freedom that comes from financial independence, in the freedom that comes from being able to do things for yourself and not have to pay somebody, such as a mechanic. The ability to take any subject and learn about it and do it for yourself, not have to pay somebody to do it. And so it is with that his channel can never really be duplicated by anyone else. But thankfully we have many videos and things that he posted over the years, and with any luck those things will remain available to go back and watch and to learn from. One of the things about Vention is he always seems so upbeat in the videos. I mean, even in the last year or so when he got his diagnosis of cancer, he seemed to have such an indomitable spirit. He seemed to not really be afraid, but was rather forging ahead and being optimistic while doing so. And he always talked about being our forward scout. You know, go out on the fringes of the battlefield, report back what you hear, see, and observe. And in many ways, Vention did that as a MGTOW. You know, he did a lot of research into his own health situation, but Vention was one of the MGTOW early on. He was one of the forefathers of MGTOW. And if you were to do a MGTOW Mount Rushmore, I would have to say that Vention would definitely be one of the ones on there. Many of you will remember his laugh, as I will certainly remember. Vention just seemed like a good guy. I never met him. I think the most, in terms of any kind of conversation I ever had with him, was he left a few comments on some videos, which, as you can imagine, blew my mind, because I thought, Vention MGTOW watches John Nada videos. That's so cool. And not only watched them, but commented on a few of them. And so I always cherished that. And what else more can one say in times like these? We seem to be losing the best among us. And so Vention MGTOW will live on in terms of what he gave to this community. And I think that he would be pleased with that. I think that you get a sense watching his videos that he wanted to help others. He wanted to decipher the enigma so that others could come out of the matrix just as he had. Many times over the past year or so, specifically, whenever I was going through a hard time or whenever I was having a rough go of things, I kept going back to a lot of Vention's videos because for whatever reason, whenever I was facing a problem or anxiety about the future, those videos gave me calm. Just listening to him talk about what he was going through and the struggle that he was facing, and to face it with such bravery and courage, it gave me a lot of strength, and it really motivated me. And that's something that I think many of us could say about Vention, is that in some way, in some shape or some form, he motivated us to become not simply just better MGTOW, but better men. And better men in the sense of self-actualization. Better men in terms of freer men, able to make the decisions and choices that we would want to make in life. Vention MGTOW will be remembered by myself and many others. Vention was not somebody that I got the impression asked for very much. And what he got in life, he worked for, he earned, he sought after. But we can be thankful that Vention gave so much to so many of us, and yet asked so little in return. And it's with that I say, Vention, may you go in peace, and may you find the love, tranquility, and peace in this new journey that you're on now.